All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanaiba coming at you once again with this video titled, "It's now more important than ever to protect your children in these last days. Sigh and cry for the abomination done here in Babylon." So this particular video is inspired by two articles that I actually saw from End Time Headlines. Okay. And, these two articles that I actually saw, it just further confirms that there is an attack on children as well. Okay. And really the target is Israelite children. Okay. But we're going to get into these two articles and we're going to watch a couple of videos as well. But the point being is that they're really trying to attack the children and turn them into sodomites. Okay. And what you have to understand is, who and what the elites actually worship, what they venerate. Okay. It's really what the Trinity really is, okay? And that being the quote-unquote horned deity, the so-called mother goddess, and what they call the divine child or the divine hermaphrodite, okay? AKA the divine transgender, okay? And that's really what this video is going into, okay? We're going to read these two articles, okay? The first one is going to be from Disney. Okay, we're going to read that article, and of course the second article is going to be about Miss Tyra Banks and a new show that I believe she's going to be hosting. Okay, but anyway, without further ado, let's actually get into the first article. Okay, so opening up, this is actually the first article, and of course it's about Disney. Okay. And the article reads, Disney corporate president says next generation queerer and company must conform. Well, let's stop right there. Okay. Disney isn't conforming to anything. Okay. Disney is actually one of the entities that's actually endorsing this. Okay. In order to conform to something, you have to be somewhat against it to an extent, okay? Disney is not against this lifestyle, okay? Disney is actually pushing and, promoting this, okay? As we're clearly going to see, okay? As we get into the article, all right? So let's move forward. So scrolling up a bit, and the article reads, Disney corporate president Carrie Burke told company staff that Generation Z is 30 to 40% queerer than previous generations, according to a video of a company video call. Okay. Now, the next paragraph is going to be a quote that she actually said. Okay. As my son texted me this morning, Gen Z is 30 to 40% queerer than other generations. Now that's ridiculous. Again, it's just showing you that this place is spiritual Sodom. Okay? And if the Most High Yahweh did not cut the time short, we would be as ancient Sodom, roughly paraphrasing. That's what the scriptures actually say. Okay? This place is completely wicked and it has to be destroyed. Okay. But we're about to see that they're specifically targeting children and younger generations. Okay. It goes on to say, Burke said on the video call, published by writer Christopher F. Rufo. So Disney better get with it. So this is what her son told her. Disney better get with it because, he's, one of those rainbow warriors too. But it goes on to say this. When I was at Freeform, it was very much in the brand's ethos to be the tip of the spear when it comes to inclusion. Okay? Burke explained earlier on the same call. So, again, she has this mind frame, and they want Disney, which they already have this mind frame, of all inclusion. Okay, so what comes to mind when you think of this all inclusion? It's just an old recycled concept that goes back to the Tower of Babel, which is what Nimrod was trying to push, okay? At the Tower of Babel, all inclusion, all to be one people. Okay, that's really what this is going into. Okay, they want you to accept any and everything, no matter how much of an abomination it is. And this is indeed an abomination. Okay, and the fact that they're targeting children and younger generations. Okay, this is strategic because they know how impressionable children really are and younger people. Okay, so moving forward with the article, and it reads, the clip, which was only posted on Twitter on Thursday by journalist Christopher Rufo. Now, this particular article was actually earlier this month, I believe on the 8th, I believe. Brothers can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was earlier this month. But anyway, it says Thursday by journalist Christopher Rufo is one of the several to emerge from the meeting held as part of Disney's Reimagine Tomorrow campaign. Okay, did you see that? Reimagine Tomorrow. Okay, this is just code talk for New World Order. That's all it is. Okay, you have to read between the lines. Okay, this is the tomorrow that they want you to reimagine. Okay, they want to take the normal concept of a man and a woman together, and they want to reimagine that. They want to change it. They want to change that which is natural. Okay, which we're going to get into those verses a little later on. Okay, but continuing on with the article, and it reads, Burke said in the leaked clip that when she previously headed Disney's cable channel Freeform, they celebrated the push for inclusion. Okay, this is something Disney always been about. It says, when I was at Freeform, it was very much in the brand ethos of Freeform to be the tip of the spear when it comes to inclusion, she said. Okay, so it's just reiterating what the article said earlier. Okay, so scrolling up a bit more, and the article reads, nobody stopped us, and it felt great. In part, I think nobody stopped us because we were targeting Gen Z and millennials. See that? Burke added that the generations being targeted were younger and more open-minded. So she's admitting that Disney purposely targets younger generations to push this ideology. Okay? This is on purpose, okay? And they're pushing this sodomite agenda on the children and the younger generations, okay? Because they believe that the younger people are more open-minded. They know that the younger generation is more sponge-like, okay? They're more susceptible to, different ideologies, okay? So the article continues on, and it says, in a separate clip leaked on Tuesday from the same meeting, Burke described herself as a mother of 2 queer children. So she has 2 children that's a part of that lifestyle, that sodomite lifestyle. Okay? And it says, I'm here as a mother of 2 queer children. Actually, Burke said on the call, 1 transgender child and 1 pansexual child, and also as a leader. So even one of her children is classified as pansexual, in which most of Hollywood, okay, most of them in Hollywood are pansexuals, okay, and that word pan means all sexual, okay. They have no inhibitions when it comes to what they'll lay with, okay? Be it men, women, children, or animals. That's how they get down in Hollywood. That's how the elites get down, okay? But the point being, they are purposely targeting the younger people, okay? Which would be the Gen Z and the millennials, okay? And I myself, I just so happen to be a millennial, okay? And I'm telling you right now, this is foolishness. This is pure wickedness, okay? And let me tell you, just as a side note, I've been done with Disney, but the final nail in the coffin was that Aladdin remake back in 2019. That the amount of feminist BS that they were trying to shove down our throats in that particular movie was ridiculous. That movie shouldn't have even been called Aladdin. The movie should have been called Jasmine. Because that was really the main focus of the movie. Okay. At the end, she actually became Sultan, which that's off. It's out of order. She became Sultan and Aladdin ultimately became a house husband. Okay. Which is completely backwards and off. Okay. But this is Esau's turning of things upside down. Okay. But here soon, the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, is going to turn things right side up again. Things are going to be put back in its natural order. Okay. But anyway, just so you all will know that this article is legit and that it's not made up, we're going to go into the actual video where she's actually saying these things. Okay. And it's a short video. It's a really, really short video, but we're going to watch it just so you'll see that this article is true. Okay. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Okay.
Company. When I was at Freeform, it was very much in the brand ethos of Freeform to be the tip of the spear when it comes to inclusion. And we, like you, LaToya, I mean, we jumped up and down. We celebrated that. Nobody stopped us. And it felt great. And in part, I think nobody stopped us because we were, we were targeting Gen Z and millennials. We were targeting a younger, I think more open-minded. And now we know, as my son texted me this morning, Gen Z is 30 to 40% queerer than the other generation's mom. So Disney better get with it.
So there you have it. Okay. You seen it with your own eyes and you heard it with your own ears, right? She said everything that the article said that she said. Okay. And they're purposely targeting the younger people. Okay. This is why you have to protect your children, because they are specifically targeting them. They're trying to push this homosexual agenda onto the children. Okay, it's not just them trying to get the adults to conform now. Okay, they're trying to poison our children with this stuff. Okay, and you as parents, you have to stop it. Okay, you have to make sure that you teach your children, you train them up in the way that they should go. Okay, in the ways of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so moving forward. This is the next article, okay? And it reads, Tyra Banks producing new show that will feature teenage drag performers for Discovery Plus. Yes, you see it correctly. That's what it says, okay? This is a new show for teenage drag performers. Okay, on Discovery Plus. That's letting you know what these big brand name companies are about, what they're really about, be it Discovery or Disney or what have you. Okay, this is what they're about. They are down with this quote unquote New World Order as well. Okay, they are catalysts that's being used to push these ideologies on everybody, even the children. Okay, But anyway, let's get into the article. All right. So scrolling up a bit, and the article reads, Model and Dancing with the Stars host Tyra Banks is executive producing a controversial 6-episode series for Discovery Plus called Generation Drag, according to CBN News. The show, which drops on June 1st, will feature 5 teenagers and their families as they prepare to partake in a drag show for LGBTQ teenagers. Do you see this? Okay. And this is not a hoax. This is real. Okay. They are targeting the younger generations. The elites are targeting the children. Okay. This is all out war. Okay. And it's really towards the Israelites. The Israelites are the focus, okay, to actually try and destroy us, okay? But they'll destroy anybody else in the process if they have to, okay? But again, looking at this article, there's some esoteric stuff within this as well, okay? First, the series is 6 episodes, okay? That's number 1. That number 6. Okay, then it's taking place or is starting in June, which according to this calendar is the 6th month. Okay, and the month of June is named after the so-called mother goddess Juno. Okay, so we know what that's going into, what they're about. This is actually esoteric. It's the push of the so-called mother goddess and the divine child. Okay. But this place continues to wax worse and worse and worse every day. Okay? And this is why we are supposed to be sighing and crying for the abominations that's done here in modern day Babylon, which is America, the most wicked place on the face of this planet. Okay? They've stooped so low. Now they are targeting the children. Okay? They're trying to push this new age thinking, okay, this sodomite agenda onto the children now, okay. But now, without further ado, let's actually get into this particular video. So you'll see that this is not a hoax. This is what they're doing, okay. We got to get the hell up out of here quickly, okay, Lord willing. Okay, but here's the video, okay? Viewer discretion is advised, okay? It's very vexing.
Welcome to the Pink Palace, my lovely friends.
I first discovered drag at 13. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I wanted it. Put on the wig and the makeup, and I'm someone completely different. I'm so pretty!
My drag name is Vanessa Shimmer, and she is just a force you cannot reckon with.
How do I parent a child that wants to do drag?
I never expected drag to be a part of our lives.
Oh my God, these are so cute.
Do you see why the Bible classifies Esau as a profane fornicator? Okay, the scriptures tell you that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, and who's ruling right now? It's Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, and every single day it's being made manifest who he really is. Okay, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay, this is a complete abomination, and this is what they're pushing onto the children. They're trying to normalize this stuff. There's nothing normal about this. Okay, but they want to make you look like you're the crazy one for not accepting this. Do you see how backwards this society is? Okay, that's why a new world order has to come, but it has to be under the rulership of Yahweh Shai and the children of Israel to bring complete righteousness back to this earth. Okay, but let's continue.
These are problems I never thought I had to prepare for.
What I love about drag is the glitz and the glam.
My name is Noah, and I'm transgender.
Have you talked to mom and dad about your pictures?
What do you think of taking those photos down? The constant reminder that I had to pretend I was a boy.
How the hell you gonna pretend to be something you were born as? Okay? Right now, you're pretending to be a girl. Okay? But that's how backwards this society is. They're trying to normalize this, and they're trying to force it down our throats. Okay? They're trying to demonize the normal people who are against this. Okay? But this is sheer and utter wickedness. Okay? That's why we have to be delivered from this place. This place has to go. And water, it can't. Now you see why it can't be by a flood. Okay? Water is too good for these people. These people got to be burned. Okay? This is complete madness. Okay? But let's continue.
Do you think my mom would ever want to watch me do drag?
How do I explain this to my child that she doesn't fully accept Novella?
Making friends has been a hard thing for me to do. When I'm becoming Nemo, become more confident.
Let me make sure you are appropriately fluffed.
This transition has been...
And look at them big ass hands talking about something you was pretending to be a boy. You are a boy. Okay, I don't care how many surgeries you had to undergo. Okay, you are a boy, and there's no changing that. Okay, and there's no way you're gonna convince me otherwise or any sane person. Okay, but anyway, that's my rant. Let's continue.
difficult for them, but they try, and that's all you can ask for.
It's important for kids to understand that they're not alone.
So my mom started Draguton. Kids and their families are coming from all over the country where we get to be our true selves.
Oh God, this is happening.
This is a place of love and support because we need that in this world.
This is me, and you better like it.
Bye.
All right, that's enough of that. Okay. So now let's get into the scriptures and bring this thing to a close. Okay, because this is what they're trying to push on us, and not just us, but the children, the younger generation. Okay. So let's get into it. This is Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13, and it reads, "The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate." So, of course, the beginning of the verse says what? That the fear of Yahweh is to hate evil. And what we just witnessed was pure and utter evil. Okay, nothing else to say. It was evil. There's nothing normal about it. Okay, that's why this place has to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay, so moving forward, this is Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17, and it reads, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel." Okay, and notice something. Okay, notice how the women are mentioned in the same verse as the sodomites. Okay, they're spiritual. Now, why is that? Just think about it. On average, who are the main people that actually accept this type of lifestyle, dealing with sodomites? Okay, who welcomes them with open arms? On average, it's usually women who embrace them and endorse this. They accept it as normal. Okay, not saying that men don't, but it's mainly women. Okay, this is why there's this big push to look down upon and demonize masculinity and patriarchy, any type of patriarchal society. And masculinity has to be demonized and rejected, because in those type of environments, this type of sodomite lifestyle is not accepted. Okay, when you're dealing with masculinity and a patriarchal society, especially a righteous patriarchal society. Okay, but the end of the verse says what? Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Okay, there's not supposed to be any sodomites of the sons of Israel. It's an abomination. Okay, and this is why we have to sigh and cry for the abominations that's done here, because this is what they are endorsing. They're trying to turn your sons into sodomites. Okay, and the young girls are not exempt too. Okay, lesbianism is a big problem here in this society, especially amongst Israelite women. Okay, they're trying to destroy us strategically. Okay, but anyway, let's move forward. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 1, starting at verse 26, and it reads, "For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections." And that's what we saw in that video. Vile affections. Okay? This is not normal. It's not natural. Okay? The natural way is men with women. Okay? Men being men and women being women. Okay? That's normal. Not men trying to be women and women trying to be men. Okay? But anyway, let's continue. It says, "For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature." Again, this is going into lesbianism. Okay? They changed the natural use, talking about the natural use of a man, meaning women with men, into that which is against nature, which is what? Women with women. Okay, verse 27, and it reads, "And likewise also the men," again, just like the women, it says, "leaving the natural use of the woman." Okay, so that's men with men. That's unnatural. Okay, it says, "burning in their lust one toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly." Okay, the unthinkable, an abomination. Okay, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. Okay, whatever judgment falls upon them for those sodomite acts, that's just. That's what they deserve. Okay, so moving forward, this is verse 28, and it reads, "And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind." Okay, they went off the deep end. Okay, if you want to continue going on in that route, the Most High will allow you to completely be given over to that sin. Okay, it says he gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Okay, and guess what? This whole sodomite lifestyle is not convenient. It's not natural. Okay, so jumping down a bit, this is verse 32, and it reads, "Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death." Okay, so the actual sodomites, okay, that are actually committing these acts, okay, they are worthy of death. Then it goes on to say what? Not only do the same, meaning not only those who are the actual sodomites that's actually doing this, not just them, but it goes on to say, but have pleasure in them that do them, meaning people who may not be sodomites, but they still accept the lifestyle. Okay, they're still okay with it. Okay, they still see it as normal or accepting. Okay, you may not be a sodomite yourself, but you're okay with the lifestyle that they have. Okay, guess what? You're worthy of death too. Okay, because we already established, what is that in Proverbs? What was it? The 8th chapter, that the fear of Yahweh is to do what? To hate evil. Okay, you're not supposed to be okay with it. Okay, this is what you're supposed to be sighing and crying about. Okay, this abomination. All right. So moving forward, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, starting at verse 4. And it reads, "And Yahweh said unto him," talking to the angel, "Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem." Okay, and we are a people before we are a city. So when it says Jerusalem, it's talking about the children of Israel. Okay, so go through Jerusalem and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, so this angel was commanded to set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that's done. Okay, and this mark is a mark of exemption. Okay, whoever has this mark is going to be exempt for the coming. It's going to be exempt from the coming judgment. Okay, that's coming upon this place. Okay, which of course is starting off with what? Jacob's trouble, and ultimately those missiles. Okay, you want that mark during that time to be exempt. This is the mark you want. Okay, you don't want that mark over there in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, but you want this mark right here in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. Okay, you are supposed to sigh and cry for abominations such as we seen in that video. Okay, this abomination that they're trying to push upon the children and the younger generations. Okay, so moving forward, this is verse 5, and it says, "And to the others," meaning those who don't have the mark, "and to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite," meaning to do what? Kill him. Okay, those who are not sighing and crying for the abominations, those who have pleasure in those who do these abominations, those who try to normalize the abominations, those who are okay with it. Okay, go throughout the city and smite them. And that's what's coming to this place known as America. That's what's coming to this whole planet Earth, actually. Okay, but the main place, of course, is Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay, let's continue. It says, "Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity." And you better believe there's not going to be any pity upon these individuals in that day. Okay, so now moving forward, this is verse 6, and it reads, "Slay utterly old and young." So it's not going to matter what your age is, okay, if you accept these abominations. Okay, it says both maids, which are the younger unmarried women, and little children, and women, which are women in general, right? So these are the ones that are going to be slain. Okay, they're not sighing and crying for the abominations. They're actually for it. Okay, or they're actually partakers of it. Okay, because notice it said even little children. So it doesn't matter the age, young or old. Okay, which means what? Everybody that we saw on that video, that this judgment is coming even on them. It doesn't matter how young they are. Okay, so the verse goes on to say what? "But come not near any man upon whom is the mark." Okay, that mark we read in the other verse. Okay, that mark of exemption. Okay, the angel is instructed not to come near them, But it goes on to say, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. Now, who are the ancient men? Okay. When you go into the blue letter and you look up that word ancient, it's dealing with the elders or those who have authority. Okay. So these men, these ancient men, which were before the house, these are the men that's supposed to be the watchmen. Okay. So the angels are going to search us out first, those who are striving to be watchmen. Okay. Are you truly sighing and crying for the abominations that's done there or that's done here? Okay. Or are you skeptical? Okay. Are you scared of what people might think if you lift up your voice like a trumpet? Okay. And you speak against this wickedness. Okay. Or are you ashamed of the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Or are you going to be bold as a lion, as the scripture says the righteous are? Okay. And are you going to declare these evil works, okay, and speak against them? Okay. Because if you are truly striving to be a watchman, this is the job that you have to do. Okay. But anyway, I believe this is a good place to actually end this video. And of course, the title of this video is "It's now more important than ever to protect your children in these last days. Sigh and cry for the abomination done here in Babylon." Okay. And of course, this video was inspired by the 2 articles that I found on End Time Headlines. Okay. Showing the promotion of this sodomite lifestyle and how they're now trying to push it on the children and the younger generation strategically. Okay. So as parents, it would behoove you to stay on top of your children and train them up in the ways of Yahweh. Okay. Because leave it to this society, they'll have all your children turn into what we saw in that video. Okay, especially the little boys, because there's an attack on masculinity. Okay, so don't let the society teach your children. Okay, the children is our responsibilities, not society. Okay, but anyway, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh. I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom family, and Lord's will, we will be out of this hellhole soon, Lord willing.